Hi guys, Bia here. Before we start the video, I actually just wanted to give you a quick message that I'm actually having a kind of clear out sale on my shop. Everything is 30% off with the code BYEBYE because I'm going to be changing platforms, and so I'm closing down my shop and pretty much retiring most of the things. I feel like I really just need a fresh start, and why not now? So please, if you ever wanted to get some of my merch right now, this is a great time. So that's all I wanted to say, and without further ado, let's get started with the video that you actually clicked on. Hello, how are you? Today, as you probably saw on the title, I bring you the new collection of Ferris Press. Okay, so this is the BookShoppe, I'm not sure how to say this, collection. So I'll write here in the screen thingy how this is spelled because I'm honestly not sure. So it consists in 3 colors: Wonderland in coral, Storied Blue, and then Peter Moss. This one is a sparkle one, which you can tell because it has here a little sparkle and it says sparkling ink. And so I already opened these kind of just to check them out. This one is gorgeous, but I haven't swatched them. And they are out of their boxes because they came in a very regular cardboard box this time. So I just thought, just get out of the way and just go straight for each ink. So let's start with maybe Peter Moss. I'm really excited about this color, even though it's a green, my gosh. So the box has adorable kitties. I'm really love the box. It's very nature, very fall. Here has some books. On the back it says the usual, like, water-based ink, evenly toned, rich and saturated. And it has more cats and more books. And so this is the 38mm size. And yeah, I really enjoy the packaging of this one. Okay. So this is Peter Moss, so very mossy color, and you can't really see the color at all from the outside, but if you put it up to the light, you can kind of see a green, but like this, you can barely see it's a green, maybe a few reflexes here or there. So this is Peter Moss. Then we have Storied Blue, which gorgeous as always. It has like a bunch of books, and there's a little, I think it's a bear inside the bookshop. More beautiful details. I like these boxes. They don't protect as much as the other ones, even though they're quite sturdy in here, like they don't move a lot. The other ones are nice and very decorative, but these ones just take a lot less space. And since I don't have a lot of space to store these, I really appreciate it. So here we go. Again, you can't really tell a lot inside. You can see the blue. But I believe these are going to be a bit mutated since this is like their fall collection. And I'm quite interested. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Wonderland in coral. So with all their sparkly inks, the gold foils are silver foiled details, and so we have a bunch of bookcases, very pretty, like a globe here, and then you can tell it says they're sparkling ink. Yeah, and then a plate with a cat, which I very much appreciate. So I already took a peek at this ink outside of the jar, and it's stunning. Oh, look at this. I really like how it looks. It's very magical, very potion-esque. Yeah, look at that. I could just shake it all the whole video and be completely satisfied with it. So pretty, and with all of them together like this, it's going to be an interesting color palette for sure. Quite curious to see what I come up with. Right from the start, nothing comes up to me, but that usually happens with colors that are not on my usual color palette. I don't really use greens and corals that much. I mean, I kind of use corals, but this one's a very particular one, so I really want to try and make this one shine. But all of them as well, I want to have some fun with them. So let's quickly swatch these. A quick mention, Ferris Press did not pay me to do this video. They're not sponsoring me to do anything. I am part of their sponsored artist program. That means I receive goodies from them from time to time to share with you, and that I also have a code that you can use on their shop, on their website. So if you want, you can use BABishkuart5 on your next Ferris Press order to get 5% off your order and support my creative journey. You can also use my link down below. Alright, so to swatch, I have this ginormous piece of paper here. I need to put the boxes here in a more aesthetic way. You can even see them. And I have here my palette. It's still dirty, I think, from the time I used ink. What I'm gonna do, I think I might start with the blue, and I'm going to try and use a different brush for each ink this time. One of you guys mentioned that on my comments, and yeah, it's especially important to see how each ink works, so I'm going to use that. And to do that, just use a different brush for each color. Well, let's start with Storied Blue, why not? I'm curious to see how it looks. And I'm going to use this brush here, because I do want to try and water it down. Okay. Just straight from the well, the bottle is a very pretty muted blue. It's quite pretty, quite cozy. I think this collection is meant to be quite cozy. At least the vibe that's giving me. It's probably not the best paper to try and do the swatches. I've been meaning to try and get like a gigantic watercolor paper and just try and do a huge swatch sheet of them, of all the inks. Just because. Okay, let me just try drop it in water, just see how it flows. Because this paper is kind of a, I wouldn't call this watercolor paper, but it works well when I'm trying to use ink. It works quite well, so I just wanted to try and see how it works, since this might be the paper I use to do the illustration. Okay, so that's Storied Blue. Very pretty and muted. Let's go to Peter Moss. So I use this brush. I'm gonna put it here on the side and grab this one. Okay. I think I'm gonna like this one, even though it's a green. Ooh, it's a deep one, and I tend to like these sort of, I call them dry greens, because in Portugal you say verde seco when you want to say this kind of color. Okay, so I'm gonna do it here on the side. Yeah, it's very mossy. These colors are, if you know my work, I'm more like into vibrant colors, but these ones, I think I end up having fun with them. Like, I know I really like one that's called Guise Pipon. I have it right here on my side, I'll get it in a bit. I quite enjoy that color, and it's a more muted green as well, so I know I end up having fun with greens. The one green I have not really enjoyed from Ferris Press is from their first collection ever. It's called Melon something. I'll get it out in a sec as well, because it's just a very, I don't know, it's just not my color, it's just not my thing, especially since I'm quite particular with green. But this one I'm enjoying. I think it will be a fun one to use. I just really have no idea what I'm going to do with these colors. Okay, so that's another one. I'm honestly stumped. I really don't know what I'm going to do with these colors, but I'm always like this when it comes to the collections that they make. I know I was really stumped when it came to the collection that had the April showers, because I was just like, what I'm gonna do with these colors, but I'm curious. I'm going to try my best to make something cool. Okay, so the Wonderland in coral. This color is stunning on the bottle, so we'll see how it looks on paper. It really does look like a potion, which is really cool. I'm so shaky. I've been really shaky lately. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those where the shine is super subtle. Oh, not so much. It's quite there. I mean, it's still subtle because the mica glitter is so tiny, but it has to be since this is for fountain pens. It can't have a crazy amount of glitter. Let me try and do one, like, I want to shake it, not a lot so I don't spill it, and then just do a swipe. Okay, it's still quite subdued. Let me try and do a big swipe here. Oh, the subdued color is gorgeous. Just like a light dusting of it. Very pretty. Oh, get out. And if you drop color here or there, I just want to see how they react with water and all that stuff, since that's how I tend to use them. And if they also have some undertones, or they separate to different colors. Okay. All right. That's what we have to work with. I think I'm just going to quickly also see what colors I can get when mixing these, because I quite enjoy mixing these and just using all of this to try and get other values and tones. So I'm going to quickly do that. Before anything, I had to just clean out more spaces from my palette. And in terms of color mixing, this combination does not give me a lot of colors, since I can kind of get a more turquoisey green. I can either make it just a bluish green or a greenish blue. And then with the orange or the coral, I can either just get brown, which gave me the idea to just make a really nice skin tone. I basically already did the drawing for this collection, and I decided to upload that video this week already, since I kind of have some other plans. I already posted the drawing on my Instagram and you can see it there. Later this week, I'll be posting the process drawing of the drawing that I did, rather than the next week. I have something planned for the next few videos and I just kind of don't want to postpone them, so yeah. I also decided to try and mix all of them to try and create, just to see what was the darkest color I could make, and that was just a very dark green. And in general, I think my favorite color of this collection is definitely the coral in Wonderland. Not because of the tone, mostly just because that sparkle really packs a punch. And I really enjoy mixing other colors with that color, since it makes just the whole drawing sparkle, which is what happened on the drawing for this collection. It's just a whole lot of sparkle and it's really fun. The sparkle is only more visible though in the sun, hence why these shots I had to do them outside, because otherwise the sparkle is not really that noticeable. To show it to you guys, I really just have to shoot it in the sun. So I hope you enjoyed just the swatching video. I really just have a lot of fun swatching these. And again, if you want to get anything from this collection or any other collection from Ferris Press, use my code BABishkuArt5. That way you get 5% off your order and you support my creative journey. I also want to thank you guys because we reached 2K, yay! As always, all my links are below, my Instagram, my Patreon, my Skillshare, my new class is out, so please check it out. And please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what color is your favorite. I hope you are excited for this extra video this week because it's just a little treat for you guys. So I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching as always. Bye guys.